Okay. Yeah, so Afifa, you could say, I picked up my daughter from school, or I picked her up. I picked up my husband from the airport. I picked him up, not I picked up him.
Okay.
So it's if it's a direct, indirect object or a pronoun, a direct pronoun, I, him, her, we, it, whatever, then in that case, you would say, you would put the direct pronoun in the middle. I picked him up, for example. Sorry. Okay. So the next one is drop out. Okay, so you can either, it means to quit a class or a program, right? She was in college, but she dropped out. She quit. It means I quit a program. Or you can't say, like, if you said I quit like my job, you wouldn't say I dropped out of my job. It's only like a program, college, high school, something educational. I dropped out. Or if something drops out of a container, you could say that too. He left his bag open and his wallet dropped, which means it fell. Dropped out or fell.
Quick.
Okay, you would say it dropped out.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
For example, when you are in the airport and you leave your, how do you say bag? I cannot pronounce that word. Baggage.
Baggage. Ah, baggage. Yeah. Or luggage. We say luggage.
You drop off your baggage or drop off, right?
Yeah. When you put it on the little carousel, we call it, the thing that goes around, you mean? Oh no, that's pickup.
No, when you are in the counter, when you are checking for the, you know, when you get
for the flight. You are checking in for the flight, and they take your bag. Okay, sorry. Well, gotta send my friend. Okay, yeah, so that is, you are. Sorry, just 1 second. Okay, you are dropping off your bags. Yeah. At the place. Yeah. So drop off is the opposite of pick up. So I pick up my husband after work. I drop off my husband before work, for example. I drop off my bags and then I fly and then I pick them up at the next airport.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Drop off, pick up. Drop out means to quit a class or a program, or you could say something dropped out of my bag. It means fell out. Something fell. That means the same thing, to drop out or to fall out.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then here's two other phrasal verbs that mean, that's two different things. Their meanings are different. To break up, right? So I can break up pieces of chicken to feed to my 1-year-old, right? I have a piece of chicken and I'm going to break it up into small pieces to feed my child, right? Or my boyfriend and I broke up, right? To end a relationship, for example. Okay, so to break up means to end a relationship between, like, a romantic relationship. You wouldn't say, like, if you and your friend stopped hanging out, you wouldn't say we broke up, right? You just say, oh, our friendship didn't really go any, like, whatever, our friendship ended. It's usually with only romantic relationships that you would say, yeah, my girlfriend and I, we broke up. Or to break things into small pieces, like to break up the chicken Or if someone's fighting, you might break up a fight. Like, stop fighting, break it up. To break up a fight.
Break it up.
Break it up. Yeah. Stop fighting, break it up. Okay. The next one is take off. Okay, so either take off means to remove clothing, like I took off my jacket, right? I took it off, I removed it. Or if I say to you, sorry guys, I'm going to have to take off here. I've got, I have to finish my homework. I'm going to have to take off. What does that mean? Means to leave quickly. I'm going to have to take off, sorry. Just like when your flight takes off on an airplane, like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking off. We're leaving. To take off means to leave. So take off means to literally remove your clothing or to take off your shoes, take off your jacket, take off your socks. Or take off means to leave quickly.
So I can say, for example, he take off yesterday from the party or something like that.
Yeah, so he took off in the past, right? Like you would say, yeah, yesterday he took off really quickly from the party.
Okay.
He took off from the party. I don't know where he went.
Okay. Okay.
He left quickly and you thought, oh, that's weird. He was here a little bit ago. He must have taken off. He must have taken off. Now you're in the present perfect. Does that make sense? Oops. Sorry. He must have taken off.
Teacher, you're going to send us this
Yeah, I can. I can send any of these. So if you ever want them, I can always send them.
Yes,
So.
please, teacher. And the last class, I think that you didn't send it.
You want the small talk one too?
Yeah, please.
Okay, perfect. Small talk and okay, I'll do that. I write it down, I will do it. Okay, so these are other ones that mean two different things. Okay, now let's keep going. So these are just, I don't worry too much about like the transitive and intransitive. They don't really mean, it's not that important. It's really not. You'll just get used to how they sound, and that's an easier way to learn than to learn the rule for every single verb. I don't think that's a good way to learn. So don't worry too much about that. Okay, but something I do want to talk about is separable and inseparable. Okay, so one of the most important things to learn about phrasal verbs is, can you separate them or can you not separate them? Okay, so I could say she took off her sweater or she took her sweater off. Please fill out the form or please fill the form out. Okay, things like that. But other certain ones you can't. Okay, so she took off her sweater, she took it off. Did you pick up Fabiana? Did you pick Fabiana up? Did you pick her up? Right? You can separate them. Some of them you cannot. For example, if I say, we didn't learn this one yet, I ran into my old friend yesterday. It doesn't literally mean you were running and you hit them. It just means you happened to see them unexpectedly. Yeah, I ran into my friend yesterday. When you think of the word ran into, it means like, boom, you hit a wall, right? Like I ran into a wall and I hit it. Or it's really dark out at night, right? And you have to get up and go to the bathroom and you run into your dresser, maybe, and you say, ow, ow, I just ran into my dresser. That's not a phrasal verb because you literally ran and hit your dresser. But if I say I ran into, my friend the other day, you did not run in and hit them. It means you saw them unexpectedly. Okay, but that is one that you could not. You can't say, I ran my old friend into yesterday. That doesn't make sense. Okay, there's really not, I was looking this up before class. There's really not, looking it up, haha. I was looking for it, right? I was searching for the answer. I was looking it up. There's really not certain like rules for which ones are separable or inseparable. You just listen and you listen to how they are spoken, and that is how you will know. So we will practice.
Teacher.
Yes.
Run into, that is the base form is the base form is ran or run. Is the verb
Ran.
run?
Run.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Run
that
is
verb.
in past.
So ran is in past. So right now I run.
Right now, run.
Okay.
But whenever you're talking about running into someone, you're usually talking about it in the past. I ran into her. But if you are talking to someone and making small talk, you would say, it was good running into you today.
Okay.
It was good, or it was good to run into you today. Right? Because now you're talking present. So run is present, ran is past. But we typically like say, ow, I just ran into the dresser. Even though it just happened, it's technically in the past. So I ran into the dresser. I ran into an old friend. So it is in the past, but when you're saying that phrasal verb, you are talking in the past most times. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Good. Okay, so these are just other ones. Okay, these are, yeah, it doesn't matter. Watch out for, to visit. Yeah, so if I say, these are just other ones that you can use prepositions after. But if I say like, hey, watch out for the storms tonight. What am I saying?
Be careful with the storm.
Yeah, I'm saying be careful.
Mm-hmm. It's like a
Or
word.
like, watch out for those people. Slow down your car. Watch out. Watch out. There's people coming. It means be careful. Okay.
Watch out.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Say, watch out for whatever. The car, the person. Okay. It means to be careful. But you can say watch out for. But you don't have to. You can say, watch out. You almost hit that child while you were driving. Or that dog. Like, oh, watch out, watch out. A dog is crossing the street.
Watch out.
Watch out. Okay. Another one is to drop in. It means to visit. I'm going to drop in and see my friend. Or I'm going to drop in. I love it. Or let's see. Let's drop in on grandma on our way home. Drop in. It means come over for just a minute. Drop in. Let's drop in. Let's visit. Okay. This one, so if you run into someone, it means you're unexpectedly visiting them. What if I say, oh, I ran out of milk yesterday? What does that mean?
That you don't have more.
Yeah, I ran out of. We say that a lot. So ran into means to meet someone unexpectedly. Ran out of means I have no more. I ran out of milk, or the milk ran out. I ran out of it. And then the last one we already talked about. If you get back from something, you are returning. When did you get back? I got back last night. I returned. When did you return? I returned last night. I got back last night. We got back from Hawaii last week. Okay, we returned.
Get,
Okay, are there any questions? We're not going to do, okay. Are there any questions so far?
No, easy,
teacher,
teacher.
teacher, what about when I say get on?
Get on.
Yeah,
Use it in a sentence.
I don't know. I think it's another, another phrasal verb.
Another phrasal verb. Well, if
Yeah.
I said like, get on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember, but I hear that
Well, a
somewhere.
lot of people say get on with your life. That just means move on, keep going. Like get on with it, continue. But if I said to you like, hey, get on the chair. Get on the chair over there. It just means to sit. Or like, hey, come get on the couch. I need whatever. It means to sit on the couch. I can say like, come get on the couch. Come sit on the couch. Yeah.
Okay.
So technically, I think that is a phrasal verb, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pull
You
up.
said a sentence and you remember it, Melvin? Tell me, and I'll try to explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious. What did you say, Afifa? I'm sorry.
Pull up means move to front.
Pull up.
Pull up. Yes.
To pull up. Oh, yeah. Like pull up your car to the front.
Yes.
Yeah, it means exactly. It means to move it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're in like a drive-through and they
yeah.
say, "Oh, sorry," at Chick-fil-A, this happens to me a lot. Not going to lie.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
say, "Sorry, your milkshake isn't done yet. Can you please pull up and we will bring it to you?" That means
Okay.
move your car forward so the next person can come.
Only for just for car, not for the person. If I wanted to move, I can't say pull up.
Not just a person, no.
Okay.
It has to be a vehicle or like a bike or a car or a boat
Okay.
or a plane.
Okay.
And you move it up or pull it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And back up.
And back
Move
up.
to back.
Yep.
Move to back.
Move to the
Okay.
back.
Back
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Back up, pull up.
Okay.
That's also a phrasal verb because a pull up literally means to pull something, literally. Like you're not pulling, you're like physically pulling, right? To push something and to pull something, right? But you are not getting out of your car and pulling your car forward with your hands. You're just moving it forward. So it is a phrasal verb to pull your car up because it's an idiomatic. It's not literal. Are there any other questions before we're going to just practice a little bit? Okay. Okay. So these, it's marked numbers 1. Oh, I can't, that's okay. I can't see groups. Marked numbers 1 through 10, and it says, are the following sentences correct or incorrect? Okay, so I was going to put you in groups, but I can't because otherwise you cannot see this, I don't think. That's okay. So just I want you to do it by yourself for a minute and just look at numbers 1 through 10, read them. If you have to mute yourself and read them out loud, do that, but read them, okay? And tell me, do they sound correct or not correct, okay? And tell me why. Like, do they sound correct or are they not correct? So I'll leave this up, but I want you to read them. If you have to mute yourself, you can do that. Read them out loud, okay? And tell me, is it correct or is it not correct? And just see how it sounds to you. And remember, your direct object pronoun, the it, the he, the that, cannot be at the end. That's our biggest problem in English that we struggle with, that I'm hearing you guys do. Okay. Okay, so take a few minutes and look at these and decide, are they correct or incorrect? Okay, if you have to mute yourself, do that.
Mira este que está en
Fill
verbo,
up.
pronombre. Fill up hair.
Fill it up.
Fill up haircut. So,
Okay. If you're not quite done, that's okay. But let's read them out loud. Okay, and let's think together. Do they sound right? And maybe what's wrong with them if they are incorrect. So number 1 is an example. She filled up her car 3 days ago. That's correct. And we will talk about the difference between filled up, filled out, right? Filled in. They're all different. Oh man. Okay. She filled up her car 3 days ago. Filled up means put gas in her car. She filled it up, the tank, the gas tank up. That's correct. Number 1, look it up in your dictionary.
Correct.
That is correct. What if it said look up it in your dictionary?
Look for like something.
Right? If it said look up it in your dictionary, not correct. Okay, the it has to be in the middle. Or you could say look up the answer in your dictionary. That's okay too. But if you use the direct object pronoun, the it, the he, the she, the they, it has to go in the middle. Look it up in your dictionary. That's correct. Number 3, the teacher called the students on.
Incorrect.
You're correct. Yeah, it's in. You are right, Isel. It is incorrect. Sorry. Yes, it's incorrect. What should that sentence be?
The teacher called on the students.
Good. The teacher called on the students. Good. Not the teacher called the students on. The teacher called on the students. Okay, you can't separate that. The teacher called on the students. Number 3, you need to fill in the form.
Correct.
What do you guys think? I hear you, Sel. Do you agree with her?
I think it's fill it out. I think it's incorrect.
You need to fill out the form. You need to fill in the form. So technically, Jennifer's right. You need to fill out the form. But to be honest, I didn't even notice that. Because we say, like, can you fill the form in as well? Fill out is technically correct. You need to fill out the form. But the placement of the wording is correct. You need to fill out the form. Or you could say you need to fill the form out. In this case, you can separate. You need to fill the form out. You need to fill out the form. Number 4, don't throw old books away.
Correct.
Correct.
That is correct. Yep, you can separate throw and away. So throw the garbage away. Throw away the garbage. Same thing.
Deja prender el auto.
Same thing. Number 5, let's get the bus on.
Incorrect.
Correct.
It is incorrect. What would it be?
Let's get on the
Get
bus.
on the bus.
Yeah, get on, right? Let's get on the bus. Just like what Melvin was saying. To get on something, right? Get on the bus. To get on the bus. It means to go to the bus and sit. So get on the couch, get on the bed, get on the bus. Okay, but you cannot separate those. You have to say, let's get on the bus. Number 6, I figured the problem out.
Incorrect.
Correct.
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 It is correct. So you
Mm,
could say, I figured out the problem,
mhm.
or I figured the problem out.
Okay, but I usually hear, I figure it out. I figure it
Yeah,
I figured it out. Yeah.
Figure it out.
I
No,
figured
no, no.
it
I
out.
figured. Oh, yeah. I figured it out. Yeah.
I figured it out. Don't worry. I figured the problem out. And Yisel, you're right. Usually we say I figured it out instead of saying I figured the problem out, but either one's fine.
Mm.
Okay, good. Or I figured out the problem. You could say that too. I figured out the problem. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Figure
Figured it out. Right? It means I solved the problem. There is a solution. I solved it. I found the answer.
Or I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I say that a lot too. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. I will solve the problem. I don't have it solved now, but I will. Number 7, if you make a mistake, cross out it.
Incorrect.
Correct.
Incorrect. Cross it out.
Not correct. Cross it out. Good. Yes. Cross it out. Okay. This is what I hear. Remember, this is what I hear a lot. Cross out it. Pick up him.
What does that mean, teacher? Cross.
Cross it out means like erase it.
Huh?
So like if I have something like
Cross it out.
the number here is 18 and you said, no, we don't need that. Cross it out.
Gotcha.
Cross
Remove.
it out, like scribble. Cross it out. Yeah. You can cross it out. Like we don't need it. If you're writing, it's usually when you're writing something and you say, oh, I don't need that. Cross it out.
Cross it out.
Get rid of it. Bye-bye. Number 8, when did you get back from your trip?
It's
Correct.
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 Yeah, that's correct. When did you get back from your trip? Not when did back you from your trip, right? But when did you get back from your trip? That's correct. Number 9, did you remember to turn off it?
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Good.
It off.
Did you remember to turn it
It
off?
Off.
Yeah, turn the light off.
Yeah, or turn the lights off. Yep. Exactly. Oops. Number 10, I ran him into yesterday.
Incorrect.
That's right. It's incorrect. I ran into him yesterday. Okay, because ran and into have to stay together. I ran into him yesterday.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, right into him.
they're good things to learn. Okay, let's try, rewrite the sentence. Okay, so these ones are, I wanted to do these, but it might be complicated because your verbs are up here. Okay, so these are the verbs. Here, I can actually send them, or if you want to take a picture. These are the verbs that we have talked about. These 10 different phrasal verbs. We've talked about other ones too, actually. Hang on, I can send it. Okay, these are the verbs that we have talked about. Okay, these are their meanings. These are what they mean, okay? We've talked about this. The only thing we didn't is my fault. Fill in is to write information into blanks on a form. Yisel, that was my fault, I said, because fill in and fill out are super similar. But if you are filling something in, you're filling in like the blanks of like, remember when we did like when we used to do our old tests in level 3, it would say, I will go to the store blank. And you had to write tomorrow. You are filling in the test because there are spaces that there are no words. Okay, so if I say fill out the application, there's not as many, it's like, it's not a question, it's not a test. So think of fill in as like a test and fill out as like applications and forms and things like that. But honestly, they are both very similar. So it really is not very important to know the difference. Okay. I think we talked about the rest of these. Some of these up here, we are not in there. Okay, but I want you, run into, turn off. We know that, to turn off a light. Okay, so what they want you to do is each of these says, for example, we should put gas in the car. we should fill it up. Fill the car up, right? So it's telling you to instead look at a sentence and try and find a phrasal verb, okay, from page 7. What I want you to focus on for this is using a pronoun whenever possible, okay?
Instead
So
of the
don't-
noun.
Instead of a noun. So a pronoun is it, him, her, they. So instead of saying we should fill up the gas, you say we should or up the car, sorry. Say we should fill it up. Because your biggest errors that I'm hearing is with pronouns, not with nouns. You're okay with nouns. It's pronouns. Okay? So what I'm going to do is send you a picture of these questions and the 10 phrasal verbs we've talked about, because our time's going to run out. And I want you, for the next 10 minutes, to try and match them and create a sentence using the pronouns, if possible. If it's not possible, just use the noun. Okay? And at 7:55, join back and we will review them and see how you do. Okay? This is a challenge because this is correcting a mistake that you are here, that I'm hearing a lot. So if you're like, I don't know, that's okay.
Teacher,
want
is
you
it
to try.
possible? Is it possible that you send this on the WhatsApp right now?
I just did, yeah.
No, but the, como
Oh, the
digo,
whole thing?
The documents. She wants no pictures. She wants document.
Oh, yeah, I can. Just a
thank you.
second. Yes. Yeah, I'll send, our time's going to end and I'll send them right now when we end. Okay.
Okay.
Going back at like 7:55 and see how many you can do, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, and I'll send the document right now.